Despite recording this video on the 4th of January, it's going to come out a little bit later on in the month, and the purpose of this video is to ask you how your New Year's goals and resolutions are doing. There's a sort of a bit of an internet meme in a weird sort of way, I don't really know how to call it, where people that set New Year's resolutions, they'll end up sticking to them, well, admittedly, give credit where credit is due, for 2 weeks to a month. But then they'll end up sort of slowly just going off of it and then saying that it wasn't really worth it anyway. And that's the whole kind of repetitive cycle. That seems to be what happens in a lot of people's lives. And so this video just serves as a reminder, because I know that definitely does happen. People will say, I'm going to be kind to everyone this year, and then by the end of January they have an argument with someone and technically it's broken. But you kind of get what I'm saying. Many people say they're going to go to the gym 5 days a week and then they just stop because of time constraints and other issues. They don't keep it consistent. They don't really get to enough sort of time on in the year to be able to actually form a habit. A habit takes around 3 months to completely form and set in stone, whether it is bad or a good habit. So you have to be going to the gym for at least 3 months consistently before you can say that it's been made a habit. And if you've not been going to the gym for 3 months, but you say you can't now due to time constraints and all that sort of stuff, because admittedly, if you are in some people's circumstances, it can be quite a tiring thing to do. But if you have done it, then chances are you're still gonna be able to do it. You just have to sort of push through the pain, admittedly, of maybe sacrificing free time and all that sort of stuff. Maybe you have to leave early from a job or something on the odd occasion. But once you make it a habit 3 months in, it'll become a lot more easier from there. And trust me on that, because I've made going to the gym a habit after school and all that sort of stuff. Even though it's a little bit easier for me because I have a gym in my garage, which admittedly not a lot of people can have. But that was a thankful birthday present that I've been waiting for a long time, and I had been going to a gym far away from my house, which was like a 30-minute cycle for the summer and stuff like that. So I had tried, but that was just not a sustainable thing to be doing during school, where it was getting dark and all that sort of stuff. So that was a very useful thing that came into my life, but not everyone has that. Some people, they have cars and stuff. I don't have a car. It would take me around 10 minutes to get to the nearest gym to me if I had a car. But I don't, unfortunately. I'm not old enough yet. But no matter what you've made your goals or your New Year's resolution, this video just serves as an update to make sure that you haven't quit already. My New Year goals, I don't really make resolutions in a weird sort of way, but I just made goals and I set the intervals to be 3 months, 6 months, 9 months, and 1 year. So 3 months in, I check up to see if I'm actually hitting this target and I'm actually getting somewhere and achieving the goal that I want to achieve. Personally, it might not work, but I'm hoping that it will work, and it seems to be the right direction for me to go after the mistakes I made when I set my goals for 2023 to be completed during that year. But already a month in, some people still like to quit New Year's resolutions because it's been too tough for them. They unrealistically set a goal to do during the Christmas period, maybe they were drunk or something like that, and then they just were unable to stick with it. But it could be the best decision that you ever made in your life to stick with your New Year's resolution, to stay to go to the gym. And even if you haven't made any New Year's resolutions and you decided that you weren't going to bother this year and you don't already do things like going to the gym and exercising, which have a multitude of benefits to the body and benefit not only your physical body but your mind as well and all that sort of stuff, I recommend getting into those habits, and I recommend setting it as a goal and to check up on it 3 months, 6 months, 9 months into the year. And even if you've realised that halfway into February or something that it's getting really hard, when 3 months come by, maybe you'll end up starting and getting back into that habit and you'll be able to keep it consistent. And that's just all I want to say in this video, just to be able to keep whatever you set out to do consistent. Don't go back on yourself and feel bad about it, but then also kind of cope about it because you realise, oh, I couldn't do it because I had no time and all that sort of stuff. They're the common excuses that many people make. But try to make the thing that you're going to set out to do. For me, it's meditating for a longer period of time each day. I used to only meditate for 10 minutes, but now I'm going to start meditating for a lot longer, and 30 minutes in December, but then it increases by 5 minutes each month, so 35 minutes in January, 40 in February, 45 in March. And I'm going to make that a priority so I can set doing meditation for that amount of time, which is unusual for me. I can make that a habit and I can stick to it for 3 months, and then it'll be a habit by that point. So whatever your version of that is, I recommend sticking to it for 3 months, get through the pain as much as it seems that it's not really working, because it will become a habit and then you'll be able to reap the dividends in the long run. But with that, I recommend subscribing, because I like this community of young trouble people who are willing to improve themselves so much more than they already have, and good luck.